When you can't stop thinking about what someone has said about you for days, weeks, or even for years, you give away your power. Or when someone dumps you and you can't stop thinking about it, you give away your power. And every time you give away your power, you have placed a meaning into it. And the meaning can have consequences, a good or bad. So we gotta choose really wisely. And when I look back at my life, I never really thought about that I have placed so much meaning into different people, different circumstances, different situations. I never really thought about that way. And now that I can see from a different point of view, I can see how much it had impacted me because I have placed a meaning into it. So it became a massive thing when it wasn't even that big. And when we place a meaning into something, it just becomes a really big thing. And sometimes we can also be attached to the meaning we have put into the thing. We can be attached to an idea. We can be attached when we are texting someone. We can be attached to this person. We can be attached to the idea of the person. We can be attached to the result. And when we have this attachment, it really creates this feeling. So when we don't get the result that we want, and when we don't get the the thing that we imagine to be, we can really get upset. We can get angry. We can get frustrated. And we can even get jealous. And what most of us humans do is that because these emotions are seen as negative, we tend to really push them away when we don't even realize it. We try to push them away, but the thing is that our feelings just don't go away that easy. It will be in us, and after some time it will somehow eat us alive, because it will have so much big impact in our thoughts, and our thoughts control literally everything. Our thoughts is so strong weapon, and it can really have impact on your whole life. So we have to really realize that we have the power. We have the power to change our lives. We have the power to change our thoughts. We have the power to change the way we react. Because sometimes as I said before, when we go through these things and when we have these negative emotions, we tend to push them away. And the feeling will not go away. So feel a feeling that you're feeling, but try to see from a different point of view. And you will see how much it really helps you. And I have this one kind of simple thing, is that when you are feeling unhappy, when you are feeling sad, ask yourself how much meaning I have put into the situation that causes the suffering that I have. Ask yourself that, because most of the time we don't ask ourselves anything. We just push them away because it is seen as negative feelings, such as jealousy. We just tend to push them away. And these things that I have learned this week, and sometimes when you go through stuff, we feel things, and the feeling is a consequence of we are putting so much meaning to the things. And now I'm going to talk about something different, because it is so fascinating that I work in a kindergarten, and I work with really cute, fascinating kids, and they're so adorable. And what I noticed is something really surprising, actually, because I got kind of really shocked when I heard this, because I interact with the children a lot and I listen to them a lot, and there's this couple of kids who are speaking negative about themselves. For example, oh, I have moles on my face, I don't really like it, it looks so ugly on me. And I was really shocked when I heard this, because I never thought that a small kid who are so had this self-hatred, and there was this other person who hated the hair because she thought that it didn't suit her. And it is kind of really sad to hear, because there are really small children who have these thoughts, and it really shows us that insecurities, we are not born with insecurities. It is learned from our environment. It can be learned from our parents or media or social interactions with people, or our friends or cousins or anything. And I'm going to juxtapose a thing, because I have worked with older people as well, in their 30s, 40s, and even 50s, and I have heard them talk about so many things as well. And one of the things I noticed is that they had this so much self-hatred as well, the negative self-talk that they had, that they think that they are, for example, fat, ugly, and they're not worthy of anything. And when I really think about the both situation, it is really sad. And it is really sad that people think something like that about themselves. And I just really believe that the insecurities are learned from our environment, the media, the societal expectation of ours. And it really changes the way we feel about ourselves. And it is also shows us that it is so important to learn about yourself, to accept yourself, to love yourself no matter what. Because the sooner you learn about these things, the better you feel much better about yourself. Because you will be with yourself the rest of your life. If you can't stand by yourself, no one else will stand by you. So you gotta really change the way you think about yourself and the power we give to others. We have to realize that we have all the power within us. And the sooner we learn this, it will be much better for us to feel so relaxed, to realize that we don't have to prove anything to other people. We are good as we are. And really think about it. And really think about it, because it's just so sad to see how literally small kids have this negative talk, and adults having this negative talk as well. It will be so much better if we learn this now, so it will not be harder for us later. So thank you guys for watching.